This is the Convene podcast. My name is Magdalina Atanassova, Digital Media Editor of Convene. The opening and closing sessions at Convening EMEA 2023, which dared to be a little different, paid off by creating memorable experiences that supported the goals of the event and what matters most to the participants. How we do it. Jaimé Bennett on beginning and ending an event with authenticity. Written and read by Barbara Palmer, Deputy Editor of Convene, and Jaimé Bennett, PCMA's Managing Director for EMEA.
Most meeting designers know the beginnings and endings matter, but they might struggle to find creative and meaningful ways to open and close events. At Convening EMEA, held in Copenhagen, September 20 to 22 last fall, organizers tapped into local traditions and presenters to design opening and closing sessions that both resonated with attendees and created experiences that supported the goals of the event. We asked Jaimé Bennett, PCMA's Managing Director for EMEA and a former Senior Event Producer for Web Summit, about the behind-the-scenes thinking and planning for the two sessions. Welcome, Jaimé. During the conference opening session, most of the 500-person audience stood to sing along to Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. One attendee wrote on LinkedIn that she'd attended countless events, but this was the first time that she started a conference with tears in her eyes. Can you tell us, how did that session come together?
Absolutely. Thank you, Barbara. So the event's themes were belonging, impact, and future. From the outset, we intentionally consider the experience we want to create to not only bring the event themes to life, but also create a safe and comfortable environment for participants to learn, grow, and collaborate. Each year, Convening EMEA is opened by PCMA and our host destination. And we believe it's an opportunity for that destination to present itself to our audience in the most authentic way. One of the things we talked about with Wonderful Copenhagen is how music had set the scene for previous Convening EMEA events. We saw it last year at Convening EMEA in Vienna. Music transcends borders and boundaries and connects people from all over the world, irrelevant of their background or interests. The Bureau had been telling us about how during the pandemic, the nation gathered to sing along with the television broadcast every morning in their own homes, and how it became a moment of connection. When they suggested inviting two of the musicians who led Denmark in singing together during the pandemic to open the conference, we gave it the green light instantaneously. We felt it would be a very authentic way to start the event with a true sense of belonging, to have everyone stop and create a moment together in a highly unique way.
Well, the way that you closed the event was unique as well. You dimmed the lights as a local meditation teacher led the group in a session which included a loving kindness practice, which asked them to send good wishes to themselves, their loved ones, and those around them. And there was at least one group hug.
There was. The program content started with the head, and we wanted it to end with the heart. Many of our keynote talks were really heavy on topics that require a lot of thinking. So the final session was on nuclear war and disarmament. And you cannot then end on a high with thanks everyone so much for coming. Now we're off to X destination next year. Woohoo! And safe home. You need time to consider what has been said, how that could impact you or others. And we felt the guided meditation would allow that to happen and for people to have some time to really stop, consider, and reflect individually and collectively.
Okay, so these were interactive and unconventional sessions. Were you at all nervous about what attendee participation would be like?
I don't know if nervous is the right word. So when you try new things or experiment with event design and creating unique experiences, I suppose you always worry about how it will land or how people will take it up. But as long as what you're trying to achieve is from a place of authenticity, intentionally adds to the overall event experience and complements what you're trying to achieve, you should carry on regardless of the nerves. We must take risks with our events and experiences to evolve and innovate. When I looked around the room during the singing to see that people were visibly enthralled by the experience, with some having tears in their eyes, What a Wonderful World was just a great choice, which also obviously added to that experience. And I have never known of or been to an industry event that closed on meditation. So yes, I would say that was also a risk. But having talked it through with our team, some colleagues and our speakers, and knowing it was what we felt our community needed to close the programme and the experience we had worked to create, we wanted to try it. Many of the attendees said that the sense of belonging and connection they felt and experience was very different and authentic.
Thank you. We took a look at what science would have to say about these kinds of engagement. Group singing, like the kind that opened the conference, has a powerful and immediate effect on social connection and leads to bonding within large groups. That's according to psychologist Arla Good, the co-director and chief researcher of the Singwell Project, which studies the therapeutic effect of singing. Group singing elevates participants' levels of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, an effect which doesn't happen when people sing by themselves. And mindfulness meditation, like the kind that was offered during the closing session, has long been shown to reduce stress and negative emotions and also to lower blood pressure. Research published in March 2019 in the journal Human Arenas by psychologist Claudio Russo also found that promoting mindfulness in a group setting creates a sense of belonging and supports learning. Thanks, Jaimé.
Thank you so much, Barbara.
If you enjoyed this episode, do give us a 5-star review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time.